I was told and they shared to me that a princess comedian, out of her still continued wickedness and vendetta, came out despite the the fact that Baba Ijesha, has his freedom. The evil and the wickedness in her still make her to come out and yarn dust, and they are trying to distort. And she was giving wrong information and narrative. I'll take her to the cleaners and speak some senses into people like her. And it's just a big lesson for all of you. You can see how wicked some people can be and how desperate they can be.
Ẹ káàbọ̀ sí orúkọ ní ẹ wo ẹ jẹ́ ká farabalẹ̀ ṣe rí fídíò sẹ́ wò lọ yìí a máa play fún yín níbi tí wọ́n ti tú pẹ̀rẹ̀pẹ̀rẹ̀ àṣírí gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ pátápátá. Ẹ ti mọ̀ wípé táwọn bá ti rí báyà wa kì í sọ ètí a bá sọ gan ayẹpa ti ṣe wádìí kúlẹ̀kúlẹ̀ pé ṣé òtítọ́ ni ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kó tó di pé a mú wá sórí kànnì fún ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ wa láti máa jẹ ìgbádùn gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ lágbo òṣèré. Ìwọ tó bá ti subscribe bóyá subscribe kó lè túbọ̀ máa jẹ ìgbádùn gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ pátápátá lágbo òṣèré. Ó yẹ ká sojú abẹ́ǹkó bóyá.
And they vowed that this particular one is fight to finish. And God says, Tielu so now, oh, so long. Tó bá ti sọ tó wọn lọ́hùn, So, thank you so much, Mrs._Popsin. Baba Ijesha is well loved, he is talented, and I just want us to engage the life a little bit more before I start, so that I can take you back to speed. And if you don't already see, attend to vet taleo, attend to plots in call. Lè ṣe nǹkan kan fún mọ́ àfi tá a bá tún máa ṣe nǹkan fẹ́yìn a dẹ̀ ṣe máa ṣe nǹkan fún yín a máa ṣe nǹkan fún yín tẹ́ máa gbádùn ó sá sí London ó sá sí anywhere lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Baba Ijesha a ṣe máa ṣe nǹkan fún yín ó ń ṣe pọ́rọ̀ ẹnu torí gbogbo ìgbà tọ́rọ̀ ẹ̀ yí bóbó kò sí ohun tẹ́ ẹ̀ ṣe lórí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn tọwọ́ bá ìsìnkí mi ẹ mú àjọgbá ẹ fi bò ó wò yín ọlọ́dẹ sọ pé kí n ní sùúrù ọlọ́dẹ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń dá ìsìnkí mi padà èyí tó rámọ yín lọ́wọ́ mo fa wọ́n la òun ni mo ti fa wọ́n la jáde yẹn díẹ̀díẹ̀ ni. Yes, it's nothing beats the scorn of a woman, because sometimes Ile Ejo, but we just have to learn, and I would want everybody to listen to me with open heart. We have a terrible people that were reporting the case. It was so terrible then, but I will explain everything to you guys so you can know. If not for the timely intervention, she coming out to go ready. Don't be a cashew by as a tongue of it. Let's serve it. These people can lie for Africa. It's because they know social media is not that strong. They can just come around syndicated. Be about to travel. Be a good benumi. All of them pick will be. I really sorrow. Untono my shake of any contour. And when it is time, the point is, I just want us to engage. Like when we get to 10,000, I will vibrate fully. When she run, I contribute with her. Oh yeah, dubi over Dubai. We go Manchester. Over Dubai, me oh, eje mi. Mọ̀ pé gbogbo nǹkan ní ayé ó gba àkáìbà ó gba kéèyàn máa sòótọ́ ó dẹ̀ gba kéèyàn ní sùúrù torí ọ̀pọ̀ gbà people assume that the wickedness that they do, like I'm saying, will last forever. No, it can't. It can't. So are we okay? We now have 10,000 on TikTok. Okay, good. So that we have a stronger network on TikTok. Ladies and gentlemen, it is no news. It is no longer news that, of course, veteran actor and comedian James Omiyinka, also known as Baba Ijesha, is out from prison and is out for good, and nothing can take him back there again. Affliction will never rise again in his life. But one honest truth that is so glaring and so glaring that we as a human rights organization that we saw in that matter is we saw clearly extreme wickedness, we saw extreme organized crime. We couldn't say a natural crime. We saw an organized crime, and we saw a serious, high-powered, evil wickedness to punish somebody for whatever they thought was his crime. I may not be able to mention some names, but about 30 and I will indirectly disclose the identity of some people behind his travail. They are I don't believe in that school of thought, and I fight for what is right. I stand by my truth. I stand by whatever I stand for. I try. Okay, now let's start with the case when it did happen. Naturally, what Princess Comedian plotted, what she orchestrated, but now criminals beat here, what they organized, what they planned, what they cooked up, was for Baba Ijesha to be sentenced to life imprisonment. That was our desire. That was what they thought they would achieve, and that was what was charged and was, put before the man. Baba Ijesha at that time could let it go because they've put up the narrative. What's a pyro? She just came out this morning to lie that it's a lie. You lied that Baba Ijesha Baomodume Jesu, which turned out to be a total lie. And we fought seriously against that as a human rights organization with very brilliant lawyers. They fought, and we were able to establish the truth, not just because there is process of the law. Evidence is princess at Olopa at Ijoba Fellowship. You see, the police came honest, and the police came out into Lutio Dani. And it's because Lagos State government was involved, and everybody always believed that government does not lose in the own case. But it took the risk that we have to take and face the government. Because in the case file, in the docket that was sent to the government, after Baba Ijesha was lured to come and act movie, he was princess. You lured him to come and act movie, and the evidence was tendered in court and admitted, even by the government lawyer. They could not refute it. You invited him for a movie via WhatsApp and via Instagram DM, and that was why you placed that girl, a very young adult, to act a film. The justice system in Lagos State, so that you can know the evil. And you look at what the media did. If not because we were here, we'll be in court against her, and we were still going to come for you. I will still come for you. And we don't believe. I'm a human rights activist. I don't do selective activism, and I don't do sentiment. I believe in the rule of law. I know people like you are still out there lying and hiding behind abuse, rape, to destroy people's lives. Or will teach people like you lesson. So, my people, when this princess cleverly invited Baba Ijesha to come and act movie in her house, she wants to do a skit, and then she lied to her co-travelers that when the girl was 7 years old, Baba Ijesha had sex with the girl, and another time he used car key to uproot a vagina. She added that to make that look real, could it look like it is true. She now organized a crime. She packaged an invitation, stuff, and invited Baba Ijesha come and act movie. And we all could see that the same girl was so comfortable around Baba Ijesha. But the only problem, that was actually a bait for flirting. You know, the point is this: we have to understand something, Nigerians. There are some natural tendencies that belongs to every human. She orchestrated and organized flirting. She ambushed Baba Ijesha into that misfortune. Come and act movie and placed a young adult, a girl that has been actively having sex, to come and play that role. And she placed around Baba Ijesha, coached the girl into Mashiri. It was a different ballgame. And lo and behold, they did whatever they want to do. She recorded everything went the way she wanted. Police took Baba Ijesha to police station. After cutting law, they were trying to force him to admit to the crime. I'm still going to go back to our for but if we don't put this kind of people into their place, they will keep deceiving everybody. Fighting for children, fighting for women. The gap between me and Princess and the Yabo, they don't belong to the human rights community. They don't even belong to the temple of justice that I revere and I hold seriously. It's because of dirty social media and people thinking they can destroy anybody's life. That's why they could be able to spread wrong narratives. Well, I can tell them for free. I am strong enough to face all of them then. And that's why I was able to make like Emiogbe, not on your lives. Nobody, ordinary person, want to finish mine, want to now, they did whatever they want to do. They did their recording, and Baba Ijesha was taken to the police station, and the news broke out. I had like every other person. The only thing I did was Ratimoka police report. Baba Ijesha lano. Aro Jokiji, this is your report in Toshele. What's going on? It's a different ballgame. And an adult, an actor was arrested on sexual abuse. Investigation has just commenced. Everybody would have kept quiet. You cannot just be the person accusing and be the investigator at the same time in a serious crime like that. So when I saw the horrid reports, I noticed that the police are just trying to satisfy social media and satisfy Princess. They gave a report of Ntotishele 7 years ago. Ntotishele nsi, what the now Shiwadi, what the Bigadi, what the Lenny Etigewo. I now went back. Presently, as at that time, I saw Baba Sui's condition. And I saw what was done. I said, no, we need to calm down. Something is fishy. This is too much. Princess Yellow involved. Only actor Baba Ijesha involved. Me more with Princess any because on that Princess also Princess. I mean more original. It's important. All those of you saying, "Oh, you're an activist," condemn it. If it's other people, you would have talked. I said, people, you should calm down. And I've been able to make phone call to Auntie then. What's going on with my colleague? What is it? I said, they gave me the situation of what happened. I'm like, so, when you play a video because in Bomoso, on in video about Bomoso, I wasn't really going to have that. I said, I'll go and check later. I said, let's calm down. Let's wait. Let the police do their job. Because this is how they deceived and they made, entertainers to go after Baba Sweden. And then they condemn Baba Sweden because the Nigerian security apparatus, even if when they make mistakes, they don't like you telling them that they have wronged you and you're going to go to court against them. Towards the other people like you can be for writing, even the rights that they are not supposed to protect, they don't like you demanding for your rights. So when any government official come a mistake, instead of them trying to say sorry, they will rather find a way to twist everything on you. If you demand too much for a right, one day, okay, should be one, they will lie against you, will add more to your crime. And that was what actually happened. So when that happened, as a convener of a human rights organization, I said, I only wrote a statement, let's be calm. As at that time, say nothing Baba Ijesha, say nothing me, mole me, and I know he's a senior colleague and all of that. You guys, you need to listen and listen attentively. Because anything I say, I will be challenging them to sue me to court. If I lie in a part, last one. Are you what I'm saying? But we live in a terrible world. Peradventure, the case went to with the police, and then they took the case to Panti. Princess was bringing soldiers, everybody to threaten the police and stuff like that. And I went to Panti. I was filming. When you are filming at the same time, now I went to Panti. I said, "You should call Baba Ijesha. I need to speak to him." And when they brought him out, and he sat. When you are a senior colleague, you are somebody that I know has got talent I respect. If I tell you I'm happy that your name is even involved in something like this, it's a lie. Sir, if I get part of me, why did you molest a child? Why did you do this? Why did you? He said, Yomi, all the whole story of having sex with any child, when she was this, when she was that, they are lies. But because he knows that I will never support evil, even if I'm going to condemn it, he knows I will speak my truth. Because I'm on one industry. I'm on to roll on tag. I'm on to fake life with it. If I have any fake life or any dirty stuff, I won't even delve into human rights. And I said to him, and I was the police officer, money, the report the police gave was that there is a video of you sexually abusing this child, having sex with that girl. Confess upon it, and the police interrupted immediately. He said, Mr. Yomi, we have so much respect for you. The police never said Baba Ijesha was seen having sex with a 7-year-old. And was obey. The reporting or the reportage is not so okay. Now, maybe the progressive one, I correct it, that there is a video of Baba Ijesha touching that girl recently, and that is what he admitted to. Look, when she's 7-year-old, Obomoso. Money, can I meet the IPO or the OC gender that is dealing with the matter? Because at that time, I'm like, if the girl is 14 and you probably touched her recently, then you have done something wrong. How did you got into the house? Now said, Ayada, I was invited to come and act movie. Only movie. Who invited you? Said Princess. Do you have the evidence? That was where he got to let me know that the evidence is in his phone. I said, you don't mean it. Okay, no problem. So she invited you to come and shoot a movie, and then she put the girl down to act with you. Then we were able to look into the video and stuff like that, but it was online. Even we saw clearly where Princess was beating that girl. I'm not opening a victim. Then I began to sense organized crime. And I asked, Kilo wala Emeji. He gave me the history of the relationship and whatever they've had together. I said, okay, this is not like a breakout here. And what was so evident was 2 weeks after Princess had a marriage. Only she's a very terrible, bitter soul. She wedding 2 weeks after. 2 weeks later, but it died Okweja. Although she married him. And in the process, Baba Ijesha long parija because the person was a younger colleague to Baba Ijesha. Along the line, maybe I think that was when they began to, one level. So she couldn't be bothered about her marriage again. She was so happy that only Baba Ijesha is tall, handsome looking guy, talented, and they could be doing their comedy together. Maybe along the line, maybe that was when there was heartbreak and stuff like that, and she couldn't handle it. Now, really quickly, let me go to where it concerns our own human rights and when we decide to look into the matter serious. So immediately I put up that stuff. She would be party. Now why should I ask that people should be calm? You saw the video now. You mean Rolo Nisuru? Rolo are patient. Was a book on Nisuru. They should allow the law to take its course. You want patient is because of arrogance. The language that I spoke is the language of civility. It's important for people to calm down and let the police do their job and let this person be found guilty before we can condemn anybody. But she thought I'm speaking on the basis of I am trying to support a colleague. Why would I come out and support a sex predator? But I am not blind. Abosi, I can tell you for free. Abosi, 99.9% of our own so that was a setup. That was an intention that you cannot deceive. If you like, just that princess never cared about that girl. And I was going to explain to her that you are the most wicked individual I've ever seen. You don't like that girl. You are willing to use anybody to destroy anybody's life. Yeah, actually recently now, when a mother would be able to use her own children to destroy her husband. You think because when you hide behind sexual abuse, people like us will keep quiet. I understand what it means to fight for human rights. I understand what it means to stand by what is right. I won't be scared whenever she will on social media. I'm not in that league. And I've been able to show it evidently. Untole Mumiki was scared is when I am doing the wrong thing. And social media is coming for me because Uma hits me. But if I am on the right path, social media, because you people keep weaponizing everything and you leave the core civility. So princess, stop deceiving yourself. You and your co-travelers and for work by Baba Ijesha is going for life imprisonment, and you had people, including our Onimoto Mbaye, and a few people in government that Baba Ijesha will not step Koleri Tamo. You vowed that he will never see the daylight again. You all know I will never support sexual abuse of any form. my Gary. Now, the case went on. I was getting close tab with the police and investigators. And I was like, I went to the police, I said, you guys, you need to do your job. Am I worried? Police now said, okay, Princess, you have come to our office. You wrote your statement in Sabo police station that Baba Ijesha slept with that girl when she was 7-year-old. And that girl had been having relapsed trauma. That could say, Ferry Baba Ijesha, so you, even in TV, to marry Baba Ijesha on TV, to mark Paro Kemajami, Princess, in the Baba Ijesha on TV, you man go. Abibi apology somebody. Is that not true? That Princess said, after Baba Ijesha had sex with the girl when she was 7-year-old, only to marry Baba Ijesha on TV, oh man go. Is that not what she said? Now, when she said that on TVC, your view, a lady presenter called Princess again and said, Princess, we need to confirm to us again. When this girl was 7-year-old, did Baba Ijesha have sex with her? Only yes. Okay, that is a terrible thing. As at that time, she doesn't know what was coming. And they said, police, do your job. Baba Ijesha said, oh, Bomosu. Oh, yeah, it's just the total lie. Oh, I can tell you for free, police now took that girl after Baba Ijesha has been detained. They said we have to do our test. If this girl is 14-year-old, certainly you don't expect that Koyakuti man is sex other than the one thought to feed the filing or whatever it is we want to know. Maybe we can find, you know, at least I can have to establish it. She Baba Ijesha to Jabali to when she was 7. They can't just admit that only want to Jabali that she was defiled when she was 7-year-old. That means the place would have been open. Police said we want to check if it is open before we can charge Baba Ijesha for having sex with the girl when she was 7-year-old. Do you know what was shocking? Police ran a test on the girl. The first thing the government doctor said, he said, presence, healing broken hymen, number 1. Healing broken hymen. Hymen is virginity. Only Osha Shenji, no one said Gabali Omoyeni in 2021 when they claimed she was 14. What said Gabali? On the presence of semen. That means after Baba Ijesha was arrested and set up with that girl, no sex, nothing. They thought they finished using the girl. The girl had returned back to her normal life of sex. And she had sex with another person. Even the person did not even use condom. But they didn't know that investigation would get to that stage that they would need the girl. And because she was 14, there is no way they would run the test on the girl without the presence of the mother. So they said, bring the girl. When she brought the girl, they said, we are going for a test. That was when they ran the test, when they manipulated. On an healing broken hymen, her virginity was just taken. But her virginity is not healed, fully healed. Presence of semen. And then they said, evidence of perpetual penetration. That was what was contained in the doctor's report of government, police. Police and Lagos State government, they know this truth as at that time, including Princess and Anako travelers. That they were not going to be like, Princess, wait, oh, the reason why you claimed you'd set Baba Ijesha up was because you said, not that she saw, she said she was told that when the girl was 7-year-old, Baba Ijesha had slept with her. She virginity on this when the girl was 7. When she is now 14 years old, 7 years after. That was the moment the police knew they have already messed up. And I was already on their neck. Hey, and I was waiting like, okay, you're gonna be, let's see what is going to go on. I was expecting the princess to tell you, might be no princess. One not say this virgin no more. But you actually set Baba Ijesha up because you claimed that he had sex with the girl when she was 7-year-old. So the basis of you setting him up is already looking like it is a fake, it is a lie. You set him up based on fake incidents. And then the question that we are going to be waiting for is, whatever the case may be, and nobody, any to any access, you can request for the case file, and it's quite unfortunate that we don't have a good media. Most of our journalists, they expect that human rights is for victims only. And let me remind you before I go further, when any case comes up like this, the prosecutor, the police, they owe the right, the duty to protect the rights of major actors in the case equally, particularly the defendant, the victim, and the public in any matter. A criminal matter. The police, the prosecutor, they have the constitutional duty and role to uphold, respect, and equally protect the rights of those 3 players. Anything on fear sukon, anything fear sukonyo, àti aráàlú, the police wọ́n ní iṣẹ́ láti ṣe. Láti rí pé wọ́n dáàbò bo ẹ̀tọ́ àwọn mẹ́ta ní ọgbọgba láì mú kan sí kan. Now, it was established. Oh, I'm filing here. Police now, okay, now, I don't expect that the police will do this. That number 1 process. You know why? No problem. Let's see. Police now realize that for evidence will be here, but they've been able to set him up recently in 2021, and they claim that the girl is 14, and they've already coached the girl. Princess and her co-travelers, they've coached the girl. Bó ṣe máa gbé ara dúró, bó ṣe máa ṣẹ́jú sí Baba Ijesha. Baba Ijesha thought the girl had interest in him. Àwọn jọ wà lórí ilẹ̀, àwọn jọ fẹ́ ṣe nǹkan papọ̀. He didn't know that the girl was giving him side, don't do it. And at the end of the day, police said, this one that you set him up, because you are shouting she's 14, we'll wait until the case gets to court. Then you go and prove your case. But the 7-year-old, when he says 7 years, we have no evidence, and we have even run our test. The test in our hand, we run contrary to the testimony of Princess Baba Ijesha. Princess Tansoy, don't forget that the 7-year-old, Baba Ijesha slept with the girl when she was 7. He used khaki. She never claimed she saw it. Normally, under the law, parental negligence is a criminal offense in Lagos State. A lot of you do not know. It's a serious criminal offense. If a 7-year-old is under your custody, are you with me, guys? These are the things that we were fighting and explaining to her. That if a 7-year-old is under your custody, Baba Ijesha does not live in your house. If you claim he came to your house briefly, are you saying? And he had carnal knowledge of your girl, certainly that 7-year-old will be suffering multiple tears. And apart from that multiple tears, that means the pants will be soaked in blood. We're not like, why? Where were you, Princess? The assertion, the reason why you said you set him up. Where were you? And why didn't you notice that this girl was defiled when she was 7-year-old? And she was sick. A 7-year-old is not expected to be having sex. How can a 7-year-old be defiled? Because she will have multiple tears. I want to go on this virgin. Because want to go. But almost 7-year-old could decipher. She cannot pretend or hide the pain. So if a parent cannot detect that a 7-year-old was defiled under her, and then the question we're expecting the police and Lagos State government to ask Princess is, where were you when this girl was deflowered? Because Baba Ijesha doesn't live in your house. So if he came to your house and spent probably 30 minutes or 40 minutes and defiled your 7-year-old daughter and left for his house, so your daughter is so scared that even if she has been threatened not to speak, there is no way you, the mother, will not notice. And they cover that you covered it. But to come to tell us in 2021 that you did not even notice. So now the truth of the matter is, in 2021, Princess wasn't presenting herself as a witness that yes, 7 years ago when the girl was 7, he did it. I took him to social hospital. He did it. She said she did not witness anything, but she acted on that to set Baba Ijesha it was fake. And I will still buttress that point for you now. Kekere leshi boy, ema farabale, egbo mi dada. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí mo ti sọ láti 2021, wọ́n ní mo ṣe sọ́ọ̀sì tí ó dẹ̀ di yípadà. So at the end of the day, it turns out that we're expecting the police to ask Princess, I said, if you continue to tell us that this girl was defiled under you, and as a parent you did not take notice, you didn't take her to hospital, you didn't know all this thing happened, you are not even a witness, and you could not even present a single witness. Nobody saw, nobody treated the girl, no hospital, no doctor to say, that's 7 years old. When the girl was 7 years old, I was the one that treated the girl for defilement. It was as empty and blank as anything. Even Princess herself was never a witness. She did not see anything. Nothing happened. But she planned the trap in 2021. Now, a bit more about criminal and princess. Police refused to charge him. Lagos State government refused to charge her. Rather, police refused to charge her. Lagos, they didn't touch on that. I went for that. Where is the evidence of this girl's age? No birth certificate, nothing was proven. And when the princess is even a 14-year-old, and I can tell you all for free, even the girl was writing different ages. Otoni age to koni sabo, otoni age to koni panty. It was Lagos State government, Lombard, non-defended. They were trying to defend her, and I kept her. I was the only one facing the matter seriously. Again, so the entire media, I don't know what happened, they went blank on the truth. I was okay, now let's go. An individual was arrested after sperm was found on this girl. But Taloni, you got it, one dear boy. And they asked the girl to confess. But I don't know that really kiss any. The girl confessed. Tell us those that have been sleeping with you. The girl mentioned everybody could mention about Ijesha. Only but Dabola. But that call kill security limo. The Dabola happens to be princess like a younger brother and a business partner. Oh, I get neighbor. You want to leave town like Ijesha. And don't buy again so the princess more. Okay, to get security limo, she knew. Those ones, those people were the ones having sex with her and sexually abusing her since 2020. They asked the girl, police asked the girl, did your mother, your foster mother, princess, is she aware that Damola Adekola is sexually abusing you? She said she reported to her in 2020. You know how this terrible, disgusting, wicked princess, she left Damola Adekola, her neighbor, they live in the same house, that have been sexually abusing the girl. She is not interested in justice. She knew since 2020. And at the end of the day, in that why the 2021 April, she now wanted to set Baba Ijesha up. You slept with theory, almost 7 years ago. Baba Ijesha, which is a criminal offense to come and act movie. They all went silent. Ati princess ni o, ati Yabo ni o, ati Tomu ni o, ati gbogbo àwọn obìnrin oni dot gbogbo wọn yẹn. They went silent by asking the government and the police to prosecute that Damola Adekola, that he was arrested. He was in the same cell. And the guy had already been threatening that if they take him to court, the girlfriend don't go and quote me again. That Damola Adekola wrote in his statement that the girlfriend don't get the princess if he set Baba Ijesha up. And he was ready to present evidence with any UBA account. When I knew already those evidence were there. Police knew. And police were ready to remove their hand. They wanted to grant Baba Ijesha bail. Nítorí ìtìjú, Kayema was so princess. As at that time, I was just doing my human rights stuff. And the police were like, we can't continue to do this. You are just bringing powerful people here. This one is coming. Yabo is shouting. People are calling. We know the truth here. The only advantage is that you set him up. And you are saying the girl is 14. And then the CP was like, you know what? We now know what is happening. You guys had issues with yourself. We don't want this nonsense in our stuff. We will grant Baba Ijesha bail. As at that time, I was filming. I was only campaigning about human. You know the thing Princess did, but she be commissioner of police. She advised me all this nonsense that people are doing. I've spoken to this girl now. Look at this Damola, and I'll play. I'll play it for you. I'll play it for you. You will hear the commissioner of police report there, press release. I will take you guys up to speed. You know, so like the EGC. Police now said they were going to be granting Baba Ijesha bail. And then the next thing, Princess Ewagbo pè ra wọn. Ìtìjú máa lélẹ̀. Ayé máa bú àwọn. Ládùúgbò ṣe finish Baba Ijesha yìí. What do I do? Somebody now advised them that they should go and protest against the police. That was when they went in front of Panti and they were doing a show of shame that they are the constitution, that if the police grant Baba Ijesha bail, they will take his life in front of that place. I got furious and I said, not on your life. Even the police said I should not come and do a counter protest. When he was sorry, go. They call him Basso. My debate, me. And as a human rights organization, I put up a campaign. One of the tenets and fundamental human rights is the right to bail. As at that time, I am not saying that Baba Ijesha should not be prosecuted. I can't. If anybody abuses children, pay for it if you commit a crime against a child. But you cannot deny him his fundamental right to bail. Especially when this is an organized crime. Especially when the police, they've done their test. They realize that it was a total lie. Nothing happened 7 years. Oh, Bono Okosun is 7 years. Maybe 6 months before Baba Ijesha was arrested. But Princess lied to the entire nation that it was 7 years ago when the girl was 7-year-old. A defilement that under the law, our inability to even say I am a witness. But 7-year-old, 7 years stuff. She never said I am a witness. I asked the girl, who did this to you? She was a dummy. She didn't mention a name. But this is the hospital I took her to. They would have gotten the doctor or the hospital as a witness. But she was presenting an incident that carries life imprisonment without a single evidence, a single witness, or anything. But if we don't stand up, now I want to play the commissioner of police press release that time. I want you guys to hear. He will confirm the other guy that was arrested with Baba Ijesha. Princess, Iyabo, Tom, they did not want you people to know that there is another guy that was arrested. Tomba spam to get confirm with girlfriend. They didn't want you all to know, because if that guy is pronounced Tomba prosecuted, the guy does not want to go to jail, because only one evidence over 14-year-old son. If truly the girl was 14. So if the guy is able to convince the court that the girl, Tofi said Baba Ijesha Ewagbo, she's 14, she's a young adult, almost 19-year-old, Baba Ijesha mag anybody no court to join, because they destroyed my life with fake lies. So they are making him look like a pedophile, whereas they put up a young adult that was having sex to set him up. Now come and listen. Ewagbo, Commissioner of Police in there. Ewagbo, let me play it direct for you guys. Ewagbo, bye.
Do trial on pages of newspaper.
Can you guys hear it?
There are two cases.
Shelly, go by. Shelly, go. Let me know if you guys can hear. Can you guys hear? Okay, I'm starting from the beginning. I thought the speaker is going to pick it up. Now listen carefully.
I'm talking about Baba Ijesha case. You know, you don't do trial on pages of newspaper. Baba Ijesha case, there are two cases. One, it was alleged 7 years ago to have defiled the girl when she was 7 years ago. The girl is now 14 years. As at that time, no complaint was made. Nothing was. But last week, the video went viral where he was arrested having sexual actions. What about indecent actions? When a man touches a woman where he's not supposed to, without authority and consent, now it becomes a sexual assault. That's exactly what sexual assault, to which he admitted that he actually assaulted. So not that really assault in the assault of the criminal aspect, that when he slaps somebody, when he does somebody now, it's still assault. But this one now is a sexual one, because the guy was told where and without that consent. So the case of the department is being added to it. Still under thorough investigation, and we need some scientific one to be. Sexual assault is a billable offense.
Billable offense.
Because it's a billable offense. It's not like rape. No allegation of rape was made against him.
No allegation of rape.
But 3 hours yesterday, they are all with me.
Ewagbo.
I interviewed all of them, one after the other, including the girl that was allegedly assaulted, including the mother of the girl, including Baba Ewagbo himself, Baba Ijesha himself,
And
including the other person that was alleged.
including what? The other person that was alleged. Can you check what you're looking at?
So, including the other person that was alleged. Everybody. But 3 hours yesterday, they are all with me. I interviewed all of them, one after the other, including the girl that was allegedly assaulted, including the mother of the girl, including Baba Ewagbo himself, Baba Ijesha himself, including the other person that was alleged. Everybody, for 3 hours.
Including the other person that was alleged. Now ask yourself in your conscience, how many of you know, or how many of you hear directly from Princess, from Iyabo, from Tom, that there was another person that was alleged? Tano alleged, alleging in the same case, same victim, same investigation. The question is, kilo yo boy yakuru, and I'm telling you on my honor, that was the guy. Statement that this babe in question, this guy in question, girlfriend only, so possible. Can you imagine 14-year-old and the girlfriend there? That the question now is this: if it is the problem, we need to be conscious of what we use our police cells, what we use our prison to do. Because when when they take such decision behind you, in your name, in your blood, in your destiny, the consequence will come to all of us, including the innocent people. Now, when the CP told all of them, this is what has happened. at any time what him. The CP did not go further to say test was run, sperm was found on the girl, and her virginity was just recently taken. But you princess said because Baba Ijesha took her virginity when she was 7 years ago, that was why you set him up. Now clearly the reason for setting Baba Ijesha up is fake, is for wickedness. And I even in Shefu Yabo Mba Yeni Farabale Kino Shadow Shebalabala. I don't support it. I have fought for children more than all of you combined in the industry. I have fought for children, for women, more than all of you combined. When I saw a genuine case, not because Baba Ijesha was around, I just felt like I know about, I have the knowledge of fighting for human rights. I am not going to be looking for, don't be saying on social media. I believe in my conscience. My conscience is my policeman. You would have expected a honest mother. Beshen panu Baba Ijesha to ba daru ko pe yan bayi ni. Beshen panu le ku iwo ya ko face princess pe. Princess. Iwo bo o shi abiyamo gidi o. Omo 14-year-old. Ka gba pe ti 7 years ago oju e o to. Báwo ni le fi se sele to turi. After Baba Ijesha was arrested, they finished using the girl. Sex it only. Even as we speak now, they don't care about the girl. None of them care about the girl. Now, when the commissioner of police now advised them that all these things is looking like the scorn of a woman, we understand you women can be very bitter. Whatever this woman have done, we are not absolving him. We only grant him bail based on the fact that the evidence before us is just the sexual assault. And it happened when the girl, you claim the girl is 14, which she's no longer a child. Category of children, age category of children is 1 to 12 years. When you start to become 13, 14, you are a teenager, you are a minor. So if it is the current event, to set it up, they have video, evidence, but it's sexual assault. He kissed the girl's hand, touched the girl was beaten. It's sexual assault. So for that, we're going to be granting him bail. By the time they finish the investigation, then we'll come back to it. And lo and behold, they felt like, no, we're not going to be accepting this. Maybe somebody advised them to go and protest in front of Panti against the police. So when I saw that they went to protest against the police, I look at it that the commissioner of police is just there to undo that position. That commissioner of police belongs to the public. If the police are doing the right job and you are coming to rubbish them this way, and you call it constitution, I put up, I did my banner, I did everything, and I said I'm going to be challenging this. It's none of your life. This nonsense cannot hold. As at that time, they are already determined that it will never see the light of the day again. And a government will still protect them. Some people will still protect them because they are women. And I'm like, this man has got right to sexual feelings. You can't do this nonsense. You know what I'm saying? And you call about yourself rape or that. And you call about abuse of children or that. But I will not be closing my mouth when I realize that you people are trying to weaponize it. And one of you need to get adults, young adults, fine. Commonsensically, age of Ijesha, if she's just 19, but she's an adult. You are not wiser than God that makes some women to start menstruating and say, I am preparing you to become a mother. Even when before they get to 18. And bottom only. But we have to follow the law. Now, when they put about this, not any of the media house, including this woman in this, your view, they refuse to mention the other guy, which if his own situation was established truly in that case, they will be paying millions to Baba Ijesha. Because that guy, ìyẹn gangan ni wọ́n ní evidence pé ó bọ́ ọmọ 14-year-old sùn, which is punishable with life imprisonment. And that guy, while he was in prison, I because the guy was confirming that only prove adult lomo, she's a young adult. And lo and behold, we were waiting that okay, we fought for Baba Ijesha's bail. Oh, you are. By the time they want to charge the case to court, do you know what happened, Nigerians? They've paid or whatever they did. Lagos State government refused to charge him along with Baba Ijesha. Money turning Baba Ijesha share. There was nobody in our industry to listen to me. I can only speak to the legal community. Well, our lawyers want to go me, and to God be the glory. Maximum respect to the senior advocates that showed up. Bangonera, Toffee appeared in the first court case, and the other 19 lawyers that came out on pro bono. Mr. Yomi, will stand by you. I have to keep going from one court to another. Go tell the case here. Baba Ijesha fún ẹ go mo nǹkan tó wà nílẹ̀. He does not know that wọ́n ti kú. Ọlọ́pàá lè gbọ́ fún ẹ ní bail. Wọ́n ní a máa tọ́ padà wá ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wa ẹ wá dáná ya because tọ́lọ́pàá bá rí baby bail làwọn máa ti rówó. Tọ́lọ́pàá bá fún bail báwo la ṣe fẹ́ rówó. Àwọn gbọ́dọ̀ ṣó pa àwọn bítà pẹ̀lú ẹ̀ sọ ẹ kọ́kọ́ fún ní psychological freedom. Tọ́lọ́pàá bá padà wá lẹ́sẹ̀ ẹ̀yẹ lọ ṣiṣẹ́ òun wọ̀ kí tó bá dé kéésì yẹn wọ́n ti pè látòkè o. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn máa ti gbowó level tàwọn. He doesn't know what was going on. What am I money? I was expecting that. Baba Ijesha, don't worry now. It's in evidence for people watch a film. They should prove to us that this girl is actually 14. And then, since you never have sex with this girl in your life, and you are so sure, no sex with that girl, sex, no problem. We're expecting that they will bring Damola Adekola. And even by extension, then the police will now ask Princess, how come in 2020, a year before you set Baba Ijesha up, this your daughter told you that Damola Adekola, who is your neighbor, have been sexually abusing her? You did not report to police. Security of your house, okay, you did not report. In 2021, with the girl still living in the same house with them, Oshawa set Baba Ijesha up with the same people. Make it make sense. She had your crime with you. Oh, what check what we go about? Watch a film. What set the camera loud or join? But now, police. I'm expecting Lagos State government the same law. So what if we charge Baba Ijesha till Lagos State if low? But the same law, yeah. No, those are pay. Parental negligence is a serious criminal offense. But this same law, frown against grooming a child or a minor for sexual activity. It is evident. If a princess no caution, Baba Ijesha don't boy you, release your body. Don't worry, let him touch you, even if it is 30 seconds. Let him sexually abuse you. We have a recording. Don't worry. Doing that to any child or a minor is punishable with life imprisonment. But then the second one that is very evident that I'm trusting Lagos State government that they will do justice to it is that it was in that morning Princess claimed she installed CCTV after she invited Baba Ijesha to claim that he is a potential predator. So you knew this person will come and tear the vagina of your daughter. You invited them down to where your daughter is. You now went to set camera so that you can record how your daughter will be sexually abused. Because there is no way you will tell Baba Ijesha, I'm going to be recording you. Don't be violent to rape her with love. There is no way you would tell if truly he was a rapist, because you already left them together in 100% privacy. And I said, under the law, the same law If you charge Baba Ijesha under the Child Act Protection Law, what Princess did is child pornography, recording sexual activity. If Princess stormed into them, Princess is storming to them suddenly, having sex, and quickly record to keep the evidence, it's a different ballgame. If the camera was in our living room previously and it captures them naturally, it was not her intention. There was no way she deliberately did that. But this one, it was that money based on the invitation she gave to Baba Ijesha. This is what's rubbish on social media. This is a planned work, set up, organized crime. And I said, prerequisite for this kind of action, it's too horrible, it's too herald. It has no propensity in law. You don't lure people to come and commit crime. Because anybody to consider you have the power to lure people. And I said, for that girl to submit her body, you want her to suffer PTSD to not gather evidence. The debt we owe every child is protection. If you know that a child will be abused physically, mentally, or sexually, you are duty bound as any adult to protect that child. How will a mother, even animals, I said, even animals, they won't do this to their children. Animals. Now a mother, but because this lady could be worried, and this disgusting set of women were encouraging her to say that should be obtainable in Lagos State. But my mother is a Lagosian. I can't fold my mouth. I can't fold my hands. You now set a child because that girl rely on Princess for food, for shelter, and for care. You forced and coerced the girl to submit her body so that she can be sexually abused, because you knew in your mind that if truly Baba Ijesha is who he is, you want that thing must happen before you can say, I caught you. I said, woe unto you, you will pay for this crime. That's alone. Recording how a child is being sex. Then people to work me, oh no release the embayo. Oh what here oh release it. To know what we got in. I said, even the recording alone is child pornography. I said, most of these young people on social media, they don't understand the law. And we cannot continue to allow Nigeria to be perpetually exploited, because our people need to be mentally alerted, and they must know the right. You cannot do this to the states that we want it to get better. The governor of Lagos State is doing everything he can to ensure that Lagos State is on the pedestal of one of the thriving cities in the world. How can we exemplify that treatment of a child from a foster parent? Because you claim you are looking for evidence. Which evidence? Where are you going to take it to? I was expecting that will be said to her and she'll be charged as well, so that she can learn a lesson that the debt you owe every child is protection, not to use a child. You know all these disgusting people, photocopy visa of Iloilo. I said, wait, show me that police station. I will travel to that country and I will take the police off. You can't do that. No child should be allowed to be, you can't allow children to be traumatized. How can you want a child to suffer PTSD because you want to gather evidence? No judge will ever give such order. No police officer must do it. Any police officer that do it, any police station, I'll protest in front of that station for days. That station will go into fire, will go into flames. That is one of the gravest crimes you can do to humanity, to put children in that harm's way. But the sad reality is that all these women, they knew about these other people. In that the Damola Dekola, the Princess Timola in 2020, but in sexually abused women. She confirmed this in court. If you Google it, you will see her excerpt at when she was being cross-examined. That it was in 2020 she knew that Damola Dekola and the security of the house Okele have been sexually abusing the girl. She doesn't think they deserve justice. They were still in that house. They continued to abuse the girl sexually. And after over the 2021, over the Baba Ijesha story called Shelley in 7 years ago that she did not even witness. He don't witness story, ko set away up, ko so follow up. èyí tí ò rí tí ò ní evidence tí ò ní anything ó wá fi set colleague ẹ̀ up in the same house these two men were ẹlẹ́bìnrin lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́pàá pé bọ́lá ti arrest Damola Adekola. So while Princess was luring Baba Ijesha in and arresting him, Damola Adekola, who has been having sex with the girl, is saying, wonderful. Look at the way they are deceiving themselves. Even the young girl will look at her and say, this is just fake. You didn't care about me. And when don't baby soon. But don't Baba Ijesha look at the person they are using to set me up. You are still, and you're still going to have sex with me tomorrow. Princess, and meanwhile, what they are taking? Princess, how would you on social media because they don't think, they don't have a mind of their own. And they deceive the police, deceive the government. Because the real person, if truly the girl was 14, it's Damola Adekola and the security. Security and not to Shile before. And I stood my ground. I said, Ogbokini Teri no case file, Emma low. Eh, le Baba Ijesha Ewagbo Obiri. Eh, le law. It's a tricky thing for me. It's sensitive. But I have the basic energy and knowledge to fight this kind of a case. It will cost me. But I have to stand on this temple of truth and justice, not temple of social media likeness. Because when the American embassy saw the interest and the yearning of fighting for justice in me, they gave me an assignment. But I'm not and I'm not bothered. I said I will risk it. Lay with it. I will continue to fight for the truth. Why nobody? I don't want people to like me. Just do right by my side. Now, all the media, platform are obeying our fake child rights activists. They knew that that guy was there and was arrested. They kept quiet. Or go solo. Or no, media. Don't even mention that other guy. Because if you keep mentioning Damola Adekola, then the government of Lagos State will have no choice than to arraign him, and Damola Adekola will bring his own lawyer and will prove that the girl is an adult. And then the question is, that girl, Princess, they will have to go to jail for accepting as an adult to accept the girl. She threatened to kill me. She threatened not to pay my school fees. She threatened she won't give me food again. I have to do what she wanted me to do. So why did you lie? You are 14. She gave me the age. That's not my age. And I can tell you, when the case now began, at the court, the judge, Justice Oluwatoyin Taiwo, God bless you wherever you are. Because we fought for the bail. Yes, Baba Ijesha is being arraigned. 6 count charges, life imprisonment at 16 years. They won't move because of Baba Ijesha. You are a liar. You all wanted him to be sent to life imprisonment and 16 years. If we didn't stand and fight, you would have destroyed him completely. Our prison will be getting the sweat for the wrong reason. Now, when we got to court, they said, okay, granting bail is what the right is bail. No single evidence. I can tell you all for free, no single evidence was brought to show that Baba Ijesha Ewagbo when she was 7 years old. Emma Wiyan. What did the fellow ba aye Baba Ijesha Ewagbo o ti bo omo sun. En ti o la I want to bo omo sun on gbadun nule. Even as at that time, the court case they are still in the house. Or to continue life Baba Ijesha on gbadun ara lo. Now let me tell you where it's now got messier. I said, okay, now the trial starts. Let's prove to ourselves that this man has got his right. So that you can know why they send people to prison, wrong people. And one in Nigeria and Bonomoy, we will continue to compare leaders to leaders. It be threatening the problem with the rest of me. When the police officer was brought in, it was when the police officer was cross-examined, we realized that the statement that Lagos State government fell for, they blame the Lagos State government. In the file, they saw a statement pé bàbá Ijesha sọ pé òun bọ́ ọmọ ẹ̀sùn ní 7-year-old òun tún ṣe lè ó dẹ̀ science bẹ́ẹ̀. So the prosecutors in Lagos State, the DPP, they said, if you have confessed, the confession alone is enough to send you to prison, even if you don't see evidence, if you don't have witness. Since if you confess, that is why you must be careful before you write statements in any police station. Don't let any police officer threaten you to start writing statements and you indict yourself. It is either they call lawyer. Be calm. Take your time before you write any statement you write, even if there is no witness, if there is no evidence. If you accept that you commit a crime, it's enough for a judge to sentence you. When the trial starts, that is when you will know all this media, all this, I'm a blogger, I'm a media, they are deceiving all of you. Oh, when the trial starts, they now ask the police officer, this statement we are looking, statement Tanoko, only statement of Ijesha. So confirm it, she confirmed it. They now ask the police, and we are putting it to you. You wrote this statement. This is your handwriting. Your Honor, is the DPO that said we should go and obtain a statement. We are asking you, is this your handwriting? Did you write this statement, this confessional statement? The police officer confirmed that it was the DPO that asked her to go and write it for Ijesha. He said, no! You claim you are a police officer of over 16 years. This is your handwriting, yes or no? Only yes, is my handwriting. So you wrote this statement that Ijesha did all this, Abi. Who owns this signature? Only Ijesha. Ijesha no owns the signature. Why did you write for Ijesha? Only I wrote under caution. He said, okay, it's okay under the law. You can obtain statement under caution. It's acceptable. But it has procedure. Under the administration of criminal justice law in Lagos State, not even another state, in Lagos State, kill a procedure. If a police is going to write statement for you, maybe you are not able to write, you are tired, or you don't have handwriting, or you are shaking, the police would be taking the statement from you under caution. And when the police finish writing, he or she must put his or her name, a minimum call, position in the lay, and then the police will sign. Then there must be somebody to witness that this thing that this person we wrote for this person was duly interpreted for the person in the language. As at that time, Baba Ijesha never knew what was going on. He said, that he should sign, that they will go and settle it for them. So the police officer admitted and I said, yes, I wrote it, but it was the DPO that said I should go and write for it. I should write and take a statement. Then I said, why did you now write? Don't go tell us. You know what this police officer said? He said, when they brought Baba Ijesha into the station, he could not sit down by himself. In fact, I offered him chair. He could not sit on the chair. He said he can only sit on the floor because they are beating him mercilessly in Princess House. And I saw his clothes torn and he was tired through it. Said, so why are you in a hurry? Why did you now quickly take a statement in that condition? Said, it's the DPO that asked me to take the statement. And that, quote me, the statement was stepped aside and they went for trial within trial. Or Bawali Street. And it was not meant to be admitted. They went for trial within trial. Baba Ijesha said his own part. How the police officer beat him up. What she said, wait, what you think? Statement in Yellow to this police station. And Princess was gallivanting. But because he cannot continue, he doesn't even know his rights there. He confided. Baba Ijesha said, I don't even know my rights, Yomi. All I know is that I know what was between me and Princess. I know the age difference between me and the girl. And when she said I touched the girl, and I know what was between me and her. So I just felt like, you know what, I have entered your trap. I'm sorry. I was just thinking that this is my career going. So this lady has me in mind. So He just wanted to leave the house. He just wanted to say sorry and get out. He said he never wrote any statement. He would never said because there was nothing like that. I knew that. I said, don't worry, we will fight for you. It's tricky. It's dangerous. It will affect my brand. Because Nigeria is not that knowledgeable to that extent to understand the meaning of what I'm fighting for. That it could happen to anybody. But the knowledgeable ones will stand by me. And let that Yabi Madoti me. And the spirit of this nation that I am fighting to see that it gets better will stand by me. I mean, and I went on. Not because, you can't think of money, you can't think of fame, you can't think of anything in that situation. Only your bomb. You can't think. As an activist, you look at it, you say, are you going to be selective in the kind of activism you want to do, or you want to fight for human rights wherever you find it? Now, the police officer admitted that and quotes me. Justice Oluwatoyin Taiwo retired, said that statement will not be admitted yet, and then she ruled for trial within trial. And they did the normal interview before the judge, and that was admitted. And they just said, we'll talk about the ruling on that one. But before we could see Jack Robinson, they don't find it about politics really. When they were going to rule, they still admit that statement. And the senior advocate went on and said, my lord, you're not supposed to say, can't wait now. Quotes me that I'm saying this. I was in court. He said, I will attach weight to that statement during my judgment. So don't bother that I admit it. What you call what? Your statement here that no. Baba Ijesha free enjoy. We're so sure that since the statement was not accepted in the first time and we went for trial within trial and the real incident was now stable before the judge, it is now when the judge tobacco ruled because that statement is not tenable, that means the case has ended. What we saw was the next thing, the judge admitted the statement, and when the senior said, what? He just told, quote me that I'm saying this. It's only recording in the court. That don't worry, let us senior advocates. I know what I'm doing. I will attach importance to it during trial, during verdict. And you should not worry that she admitted the statement. I'm like, what? In here doing? Court of the court said admit the statement. Again. Another thing that was she thought was the you. I'm just fighting with my honesty. Only moto to buy only get on baton go for what she wear. Don't look president, you want to look going by. On no one be look governor. When they asked the police officer that, when Princess wrote a statement, she said she installed CCTV on that day, only yes, which is not quite long. Okay, as a police officer, you must have gone back to the crime scene to extract the CCTV. Only yes, that is the procedure. You accept that, my lord. Now, please tell this honorable court, as the IPO, how many minutes the CCTV that they extracted, that they burn? The primary evidence is the hard disk. The secondary evidence is the one the police will burn from the hard disk into CD. But now, from the primary evidence, how many minutes need CCTV see a capture as police officer? Nigerians, you guys are sleeping on your country. The reason why this country is not getting better is because you're careless about your country. Cases like this should get your attention. You know what the police officer said? We could not retrieve the CCTV because there was no network. Police station. It's a shame on the justice system in Nigeria. That's why I put my life on the line to fight. kò sí network làwọn ò ṣe yọ CCTV. Because if she accepts that the CCTV was extracted, the princess ló ń store gbogbo riaza tí wọ́n ṣe pẹ̀lú gẹ̀ yẹn kó lè mọ̀ bí tó máa jókòó sí gbogbo ẹ̀ládájọ́ máa rí gbogbo bó ṣe lu bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà tó ń nà pé kó ṣàkọ admit sínú kíní yẹn because somebody paid them to do that because they want to punish bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà. Ó ti ṣàwọn kan ó ṣàwọn kan bí kan ó dẹ̀ tún ṣe princess èèyàn kan gbé contract yẹn jáde. Mo wá bàbá ní what CCTV? Do you see any of the journalists report that to you? Ẹ bèrè ẹ pé princess yẹn tó bá ti come live pé kí ni response CCTV yẹn kí ni response, then I will bring the excerpt from the court. Ẹ sọ pé mo parọ́ kí Lagos State government sue mi pé irọ́ ni mo pa pé nǹkan tí response ọlọ́pàá ẹ̀kọ́ ẹ̀ or kí Nigeria police sue mi. That is how wicked this country can be. They will destroy anybody's life if nobody is standing for the other person. I have no regret that I'm fighting for human rights. Thinking that they will use social media to change my name, my personality. My oneness in me. I am a parent of no again. I have a giddy of a in me. Atile Ọlọ́run bó ṣe dá oníkálukú ẹlọ bèrè lọ́wọ́ gbogbo àwọn actress àtijọ́ lọ káàkiri èwo ni mi ta àtijọ́ sórí bẹ́ẹ̀dì èwo ni mi tí ní kọ́ ṣe pé òun ní lásán àti pátá àti brand nìkan màá ka orúkọ ogun ó sì fún yín bí ní ṣe mistake sọ pé ìtọ́ ẹ ló fresh báyìí èmi ọmọ Fábíyì èmi ni wọ́n ní aṣọ oṣù ọ̀pọ̀ kí ní ẹ̀ lè máa ní jẹ́ ń pe girlfriend mi wá kó dó sẹ́nu ọ̀nà mo ní ọ̀rẹ́ kan àjọ close nígbà yóò gbé àyọ̀ bíi ṣé èmi ò ń ṣobìnrin tó fẹ́ èmi ò lọ sọ́dọ̀ tiẹ̀ mo kọ́ tẹ́tí sísìdì wọ́n á pe girlfriend mi wá dó sẹ́nu ọ̀nà wọ́n á rí fire for fire. Discipline ni. When the police now said there is no network ló wọ́n ṣe yọ CCTV, the judge, the Lagos State government, they all went quiet about it. Even our own ìlú ìjọba network ilẹ̀ fi yọ CCTV ọlọ́pàá wọ́n ṣe mú level kúrò nìyẹn o. I can tell you for free that video tí wọ́n present fàdájọ́ was never presented by the police. Even on that day nígbà tí ọlọ́pàá yẹn rí tó rí fire for fire fúnra ẹ̀ ló yọwọ́ kúrò pé gbogbo nǹkan tí princess ṣe yẹn ẹ sọ pé kó bọ́ta again ẹ sọ pé ẹ lọ tagi Lagos State PR kan sọ pé ọmọ pa. The police denied that all the camera princess sets, the whole arrangement, they are not part of it. They didn't sanction it. They didn't advise her. They don't know nothing about it. I don't support nonsense. I don't support nonsense. Throughout Baba Ijesha's case, throughout the court trial, ko CBI ko láti parọ́. Princess yìí àtàwọn wọ́n kàn mú irọ́ burúkú lẹ̀, wọ́n kàn cover, wọ́n kàn lo agbára, wọ́n kàn ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. And the judge, everybody saw it. Kí ni máa ń ṣètò yìí?
Ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ ẹ wò a ò ní rí jù báyìí.
Tó dán ni kí a máa fi sex rape kí a máa fi bayé ọkùnrin jẹ́ ni. Ẹ wo ìyàwó president France. Ó kó ìfọ̀tí fún president France high kámẹ́rà rí. Tó bá jẹ́ pé president yẹn ló kó ìfọ̀tí fún ìyàwó yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ á ti resign ọkọ tí wọ́n lẹ́wọ̀n. Ayé wèrè làwa wá. Áńgẹ́lì tó sì create èmi lọ́kùnrin. A sì ní kéèsì tàjọ máa kò tí bá dé heaven tí bá ti dàgbà ní omi ìkanjú. Àwọn kan dàbúrò bó áńgẹ́lì yẹn pé ebo le kí ni mo sọ fẹ́ kó kí ni àdéhùn kí lóòrò tó fi wò pé kó create mi náà sí gender tó create mi kòsò gbogbo nǹkan lóbìnrin fi shit wa wàá gbé aṣẹ́wó tó fẹ́ fún lówó ó tún máa yáta o mọ̀ pé fẹ́ enjoy sex o sanwó o tún sanwó fún ẹ̀wọ̀ tún gbádùn ààrẹ ìyàlá wa kọ̀ wá jẹ all these things wà wọ́n what is all this and I look at it wọ́n báyìí ṣáwọn obìnrin yóò kì í ṣe child rights activist money. Why are you people now quiet about all these things? So when we went to the appeal court, out of the 6 count charges, the judge, by the time that was the case, I don't know, Emejini judge here again, Justice Oluwatoyin Taiwo retired. She asked vehemently from the DPP, the Ministry of Justice, where is Damola Adekola? On the second time, That's the first DPP yet law. Mr. Martins Yelowawa. Where is this Damola Adekola and where is it? I won't go further. Where is the statement? Judge Jenny, I won't proceed. Osha was statement again. I mean, who was number one person. Where is this Damola Adekola? The DPP, the Ministry of Justice in Lagos State, was telling the judge that is not the case we are doing now. Majority of Nigerians believe that this is the definition of government. That they can take lives arbitrarily, they can send anybody to prison when they want. They believe that is the road, that is the governor. They believe that is what they are there for. We keep selling who we are and our future because we don't even know who we are. And the community vote, community election, they don't know. You are willing to raise brave soldiers. And want to keep Nigeria better. And when we stand for things like this, they are already brainwashing you on social media. Destroy his name, call him. How can I? Even a princess is doing well that. So that be a cashier buying. Obati draw now. Almost like UK to one busy. In that he abo yet on let with it only. I'm a share really what doing bomo. We let me over be. E wo jagba jagba wa rin fi. Èmi ò ní wọ doing bomo. But as God will have it, I kept escaping all the ambush. Until on Shelley. He just have gba bail baba Ijesha de court yẹn. Until now gbe ko lọ́pàá abo mi be. Àwọn ọlọ́pàá yẹn ko gba pé bo la fe wa mu yi o. Ó dá ká arrest bo to ká délé ká lọ kú. Wọ́n jọ̀wọ́ mi. Ṣùgbọ́n mi náà tún ṣe kíni hit and run. Bàtà ti gba bail baba Ijesha ngba yẹn. Aba alaye wọ́n ti ṣe tọ́lọ̀ rán mi o. They are coming for me o. Asomogbo oko bob ni as usual we was in UK. I was in self-exile for 6 months lórí case baba Ijesha. Àwọn mo ti foko kan kí tó number yẹn. Wọ́n ní mo ṣe délé padà wá bá Oyún Akorede. Èmi ò mọ̀ pé Ọlọ́run ti ṣètò gbogbo nǹkan. Nítorí as at that time wọ́n ti fọmọ bú mi. Ìyábọ̀ nílé ńgbà yẹn. Ó ti rò pé òun ti ra lé sí Lẹ́kì gbogbo ọ̀tí wà okay. Ó ní kí ló mi ní tó wọn ní. Ọlọ́run dẹ̀ sọ pé I will respond for you. Yomi don't talk. Àṣọ náà sọ pé máa padà kọ́lé tèmi. So when you see that lady come out now it is now left for Lagos State government to charge her with a salary láti gbà yẹn lọ sí Kasalo wá sí Kasalo ní UK mi. But she won't fi kan náà lè fi charge Baba Ijesha. So if we didn't stand up, Baba Ijesha would have been sentenced to life imprisonment and another 16 years. Even when they passed the judgment, because of their evil wickedness, I don't have money to control the media there. Abibo Paroni, they were saying Baba Ijesha was sentenced to 16 years. But we were going to be pursuing the appeal. 3 months, 3 years, 4 months. Normally on a good day. This is Lagos State government. I put a personal respect and admiration for Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu. Maybe because of the love I have for Asiwaju. So, me speaking the truth, and then the Speaker of Lagos State, my total respect, total love. Love for Speaker. You know, so we just have to make this state better. So even when the judgment was, it should run concurrent. Just 3 years, 4 months, 5 years. But 2 years, 3 years, 4 months. Well, twist even you're going to Ejoshi Wambe. Tori, court to 10, so to court to yen, want to be me no court to yen by. Lagos State government charged me to court in that. Me court yen, or try to charge me to court for court content. Ori loko mi yo. Because me o shabosi Lagos State government. Me shabosi Lagos State. Me shabosi movie industry. Me o shabosi ọmọ ekere. Me o de shabosi obìnrin. Ṣebobìnrin kan ló bí Baba Ijesha. ṣùgbọ́n kan ló bí ọmọ gẹ́ẹ̀ tí princess ń lò láti fi ṣe ìkà tó fẹ́ ṣe kò ṣe pé princess kí ẹ pa ọmọ yẹn. You cannot care about that girl and you want her to suffer PTSD to gather evidence. If you care so much about that girl, when you rushed into that house, princess, go back to that video. Princess was beating that same girl to pay the victim. Because the girl was like, out of the camera. Camera will record you. Oh yeah, they rushed in. Igi 2x2 ono ko la mo lórí baba Ijesha ko ono ko lo le no gba to o dìde o da ese bo gbo gbagba se the girl sọ pé mama this man no know why we dey beat am tell her only gba ti princess ma play kini e padà fáwọn àwọn se mo pé set up ni and in that video baba Ijesha ni bo se kunle ti princess ń play lórí phone ebi táwọn ti bèrè lọ́wọ́ mo ge pé o lo ntiju o fẹ́ act to ra ma kiss àwọn ṣe gbọ́ ẹ ṣọmọdé ni ẹni gẹ́ẹ̀ni no I'm an adult now. Nígbà tí wọ́n máa present the video wọ́n ti yọ audio bẹ̀ kúrò wọ́n ti edit ẹ̀ pa. The girl confirmed in that audio that I'm an adult. Ẹ lọ bèrè ẹ lọ wò kán tó gbé jáde wọ́n edit ẹ̀ pa ẹni tó bá yẹ tó wọ́n ṣe bàtẹ́ pé bàbá Ijesha ṣe wọlé báyìí tí princess lọ báyìí and they asked the girl in court they asked the girl in court hello young girl, your foster mother said Baba Ijesha defiled you when you were 7 years old. How many years? And after then, when you see Baba Ijesha inside TV, you always shake. How many years? Okay, now let's go back to this video. When you now saw the same Baba Ijesha 7 years after inside your house, why were you not shaking here? Okay, now let's leave it shaking. Your mother knew what was going on. She left you and Baba Ijesha inside the house alone. And the video yẹn padà princess and tó bá rántí princess ní kí dẹ́ wá ti ilẹ̀kùn. Your mother now asked you to come and close the door with you and the same Baba Ijesha inside the house. That my dear, you are angry. You are traumatized. You did not go to sit in another chair. You did not go to your room until your mom come out. Why did you go back and sit beside Baba Ijesha again? The girl answered and told the judge, I will not be in the camera. And the judge said to the girl, hello, I don't want to hear this story tomorrow. Anything anybody is saying in this court is being recorded. Ask the question again and let the girl answer. Why did you go back and sit beside Baba Ijesha that you are always shaking, you don't want to see? And the girl said, because I will not be in the camera. They told me the film want to shoot. That's where the camera is. That I must sit here. That means princess actually groomed that girl for everything. Who does that to any child, an innocent child? Why would you accept that to happen in our country? When they're talking about fighting for human rights, it is not about social media love. What the people can easily understand easily that will make you be loved. And it over neck deep into serious things. You will know that the case of justice, you need to be patient. You will only avoid unnecessary delay. Ask yourself, now, I will case Iyabo Ojo to share recently with the old stuff, because people were saying